Hello everybody, welcome back to EduTap. Am I audible, visible to all of you? Please confirm in the chat box so that we can start with our session on time. Am I perfectly audible, visible to all of you? Right, so this is a UPSC EPFO 2025 10th marathon out of total 16 schedule for your upcoming paper of EPFO UPSC 2025. And today the subject which we are covering is accounts, right? So, are you all ready? Today I have 100 questions to solve with you, and all these 100 questions are taken from different chapters which are directly associated to your syllabus. Right. Cool. So let's start. Let's do the Shri Ganesh. But first of all, if you are new to our YouTube channel, then please subscribe to it. And if you have to get the PDF of this particular class, then it will be available in the Telegram group. If you want to get the link of our Telegram group, that is available in the description box below. Right? So let's start question number 1 on my screen. First, I am asking you a very basic question related to accounting principles. Right, so answer this. The money measurement concept states that it only transactions that can be expressed in dash are recorded in the books of accounts. So which transactions are recorded in the books of accounts? Quantities or units in terms of money, or in the terms of products, or in the terms of duration or time? Yes, the correct answer will be option number B. Money measurement principle basically says that every transaction should be, I would say what, should be recorded in a monetary value. It should be recorded in a monetary value, and this monetary value should be common for everybody. For example, if I am writing 10 transactions, then these 10 transactions should be recorded in one particular unit. In our case, it's rupees. It should not be like कि पहला transaction मैंने rupees में record कर लिया and the 10th transaction I'm recording in dollars. This is not allowed. Right? So money measurement basically means every transaction which is happening in your company should first of all be measured in rupees. At the same time उसकी value कितनी है वो भी आपको याद रखना होगा. Right? This is what money measurement concept of accounting is. So the first answer is option number B. I hope you would have given the right answers. Next question. Question number 2. According to the periodicity concept, financial statements should be prepared. Now see, there are multiple accounting principles. You have cost principle, you have money measurement, you have materiality, you have objectivity, right? You have revenue recognition, you have going concern, you have accrual, you have periodicity concept, you have my favorite, which is prudence. Prudence is also known as convertism, right? So these are multiple principles. I hope you all are able to recall it. According to the periodicity concept, the financial statement should be prepared by when? Only once in the lifetime? No. Every day? No. Once? Only at the end of every 10 or 5-year plan? No. At regular specified intervals? Yes. This is my correct answer, which is option number D. Right? Because as per periodicity concepts, if you are making financial statements, that should be made for a particular period. For example, if you are making income statement, if you are making balance sheet, then this will be prepared for one particular year. Right? This is what periodicity concept says. By the way, I hope you know all these different accounting principles also one by one. Right. Let's start with the next question, question number 3. Every question is a challenge for you, so I hope you will be able to address it very quickly. As per revenue recognition concept, when should revenue from the sale should be recorded? I hope you know the accounting standard related to revenue recognition is AS9. AS2 is for valuation of inventories. Question number 3 is asking, as per revenue recognition, when should revenue from the sale should be recorded? When cash is actually received from the sale? No. Right? Because this is cash accounting, but we don't do any cash accounting. We do revenue recognition accounting or accrual accounting. Right? When the invoice is issued regardless of delivery, when underlying goods or services are transferred or delivered or sold, when the right to receive revenue arises. Yes, this will be your correct answer, which is option number C. As per revenue recognition, आपने जब सेल करी, once you do the sale of your goods and you have transferred the ultimate risk or you have transferred the ultimate right, then definitely you should recognize that particular revenue, right? So whenever your right to receive revenue arises, whenever your right to receive यानी जब आपका हक बनता है पैसे लेने का, तब डेफिनेटली यू विल रिकॉग्नाइज द रेवेन्यू, राइट? बट अगर आप तब रिकॉग्नाइज करते हो जब आपको कैश मिलता है, तो उसे कैश अकाउंटिंग बोलते हैं, जो इंडिया में फॉलो नहीं होती, राइट? वी फॉलो द कंसेप्ट ऑफ रेवेन्यू रिकॉग्निशन इन इंडिया, देयरफॉर द करेक्ट आंसर विल बी ऑप्शन नंबर सी. Tell me that particular principle which says that my business will run for an undefinite period of time. Undefinite period of time. Which particular accounting principle says this? Which particular accounting principle says this? कि मेरा जो business है वो unlimited period तक चलेगा. Yes, this principle is known as going concern. Very good. This principle is known as going concern. Next question, my friends, question number 4. Come on. According to the accrual concept, how revenues and expenses are recognized? According to accrual concept, how will the revenues and expense will be recognized? बताइए. As per accrual concept, how will the revenues and expenses will be recognized? As per accrual concept, you just have to see that when your right arises, revenue and expenses are recorded only when cash is exchanged? No. Revenues are recorded when earned, expenses are incurred regardless of cash flows. Revenue expenses are recorded at year end only, expenses are recorded when paid, revenues when declared. The correct answer will again be option number B. Now, there are multiple accounting principles. Some business follow one principle, some business does not follow that particular principle. But there are three principles which have to be followed by every business. Those goes by the name of consistency, right? Consistency, accrual, and going concern. C stands for consistency, A stands for your accrual, and G stands for your going concern. Going concern, we all know that my business will go and go. My business will have indefinite period of lifetime. Accrual, I have already told you that you have to recognize your revenue when the right receive, and the expenses when you are incurring them. And your consistency, remember, consistency is like you are following the same principle over and over and again. So the correct three very important pillars of the accounting principles will be CAG. Right, so answer was B. This we have discussed. Next question, question number 5. Chaliye, next question, question number 5. I am expecting right answers for the fifth one also. If the company values its machinery at current market price instead of historical cost, which accounting concept is being violated? As per cost concept, as per going concern concept, or as per matching, or as per periodicity? Periodicity concept, we have discussed that you have to follow one particular period, right? Whether it's quarterly, half yearly, or yearly. Matching concept basically says that the revenue of that particular year should be matched to the expenses of that particular year. तो अगर मैंने revenue 1000 units का लिया है, तो expenses भी 1000 units का ही लेना होगा. Going concern basically says that my business will continue for a longer period of time. So the leftover option is option number A only, which is cost concept. Cost concept basically says that you have to record your machineries, you have to record your assets at the cost only. You will not record your assets at current market price. Why? Because current market prices can increase or decrease. That will fluctuate, which is not good for your balance sheet. Therefore, you will always record your business assets at cost. Therefore, the correct answer over here will be option number A itself. Right? Next question, my friends, question number 6. GAAP stands for what? GAAP in accounting stands for what? Like this is again another name for your accounting principles. GAAP stands for generally accepted accounting principles. Generally accepted accounting principle. Therefore, my right answer will be option number B again. My right answer will be option number B. Generally accepted accounting principles. Good. Very easy question. I hope nobody would have problem in question number 6. Now comes the 7th one. This is a bit tricky, so try to read and then answer. When faced with uncertainty regarding potential profit or loss, what should an accountant record according to this principle? Like what should an accountant record according to this principle? Now this is not given to you, therefore it's tricky. All possible profits, no entry till the outcome is certain. Both profit and losses, only anticipate losses and not realize gains. If I just give you an hint, This refers to principle of prudence or principle of conservatism. These are two same things. Then what will be my answer? Yes, as per principle of prudence, you will only anticipate losses and not realize gains. Principle of prudence basically says you what, that play safe. There is no need to just work on profits only. You have to work on losses also. राइट, दिस इज व्हाट प्रिंसिपल ऑफ प्रूडेंस सीन्स. प्रिंसिपल ऑफ प्रूडेंस को कंजर्वेटिज्म भी बोलते हैं, बिकॉज यहाँ पे आप लोग कोशिश ये करते हो कि आप लोग अपनी बैलेंस शीट को ओवर इन्फ्लेट ना करो या इनकम स्टेट में ज़्यादा नंबर्स ना शो करो जो एक्चुअल में है नहीं. राइट, सो एज पर प्रिंसिपल ऑफ प्रूडेंस वी विल ओनली एंटिसिपेट लॉसेस कि मेरे साथ वर्स्ट टू वर्स्ट केस में क्या हो सकता है. मेरे साथ वर्स्ट टू वर्स्ट केस में क्या हो सकता है, दैट इज वेयर यू ओनली एंटिसिपेट लॉसेस, बट यू विल नॉट टेक एनी गेन, यू विल नॉट टेक एनी प्रॉफिट. क्या आपके पास 10 साल बाद प्रॉफिट आएगा, वो 10 साल बाद ही देखेंगे. बट अगर 10 साल बाद कोई लॉस हो सकता है तो उसकी प्रिपरेशन आज से ही करनी होगी, बिकॉज यू आर ट्राइंग टू प्ले व्हाट सेफ. देयरफॉर द करेक्ट आंसर ओवर हियर विल बी ऑप्शन नंबर डी. राइट, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, क्वेश्चन नंबर 8. Next question is question number 8. An accountant records the purchase of machinery only after receiving a supplier invoice, even though verbal confirmation was already given. This reflects which accounting principle? An accountant record purchase of machinery only after receiving supplier's invoice, even though verbal confirmation was already given. This principle is based on which particular concept? This principle is based on the concept of objectivity. Objectivity principle says that you need to have proof. You need to have proof of every transaction. For example, if I'm making any journal entry, bank account debit to anything XYZ or XYZ account debit to bank, you have to give me the proof कि ये आपने क्यों किया. That is why we have the principle of objectivity. So the correct answer over here will be option number C. Dual expect concept, this is also very very important. Dual expect basically says that every transaction whether it's big or small will affect two accounts. It will affect how many accounts? Two accounts. One account debit, one account credit. Right? So the answer over here will be option number C. Right? So you can read the explanation once you get the PDF of this particular class. Question number 9, my friends, come on. Why is a calculator worth 400 recorded as an expense instead of being treated as an asset under the accounting principles? Why we are taking calculator worth of 400 as an expense instead of being treated as an asset according to accounting principles? Please tell me why you are taking calculator of 400 as an expense instead of being treated as an asset under accounting principles. To follow cost, because it's some material and does not affect decision making, due to conservatism, or due to accrual concept. See my friends, in business there are hundred of transactions. For example, if I'm purchasing a samosa for my employees, so this is also a transaction, but business rules allow me to club these transactions, right? So if you see, there is one particular principle which is materiality. Materiality principle says what? That you only have to record important information. You only have to record important or material information. Do not record those small expenses which you are making. Therefore, the correct answer over here will be option number B. Yes, I can see many of you are going with option number B because it's a very small expense. So you can just write it as an expense, right? Why to treat it as an asset? Why to take calculator in your balance sheet? Let it be in your P&L only, right? Because all the P&L are settled in income statement and your assets are taken to your balance sheet, right? So the right answer over here will be option number B. Good. Question number 10 now, a practical question. Question number 10. A business purchased goods worth of 2 lakh on credit with dual impact. Which dual impact will this transaction create on the accounting equation? Accounting equation is what, by the way? Assets, your properties is equals to capital plus your liability. Capital can also be written as equity. So assets is equals to capital plus liabilities, or assets is equals to equity plus liability. So what is the correct answer when you are purchasing a goods on credit? So if you are purchasing goods on credit, your entry will be what? Purchase account debit to the creditor from whom you are paying 2 lakh. Now if I'm doing debit purchase, this basically means my inventory is increasing. If I'm purchasing something, then my inventory is increasing. Inventory is your current asset, so your current asset will increase, right? At the same time, you are also increasing your creditors. Creditors are your current liabilities, so your current liability will also increase. So increase in asset and increase in capital, increase in asset, increase in liability. What will be the correct answer? Yes, the correct answer will be option number A, increase in asset and increase in liability also. Right? Very easy. I hope you will be able to answer it. Next, question number 11. The cash book is a special journal concerned with only recording of what? Cash book is the only journal concerned only with recording of what? Cash book. Now, cash book is a kind of a subsidiary book, right? In subsidiary books, you have a specific transaction to be recorded. So if cash book is there, then you are only going to record cash related transaction, not credit. So my answer will be what? Option number C, D, B or A. Yes, I will only record cash. Only cash. Credit के लिए I have different books like purchase, credit purchase. Credit purchase will be recorded in purchase book. Credit sales will be recorded in sales book, right? But if I'm only dealing with cash, cash and cash, then I will be recording the transaction in cash book, right? Now there are two type of cash books, or there can be two ways to make a cash book: single column and double column. In single column, you only have one particular column which tells about cash in hand, cash in hand. But in double column, you have two columns: cash plus bank, right? This cash is like cash in hand, plus you also maintain balance in bank or your bank account balance. Simple. So the correct answer over here will be option number C. Good. Question number 12. Question number 12. Question number 12. Credit sales of good. Credit sales of good will be recorded in which particular book? Credit sales in book will be recorded in which particular book? Credit sale will be recorded in sales book. Very easy. Credit purchase in purchase books. So if you see certain time you can get some easy fruits in your exam. So do not make mistakes in certain easy questions like this. So the correct answer will be option number B. Right? Next, question number 13. Transaction which cannot be recorded in any special subsidiary book. The transaction which cannot be recorded in any subsidiary book like cash book, sales book or purchase book will be recorded in which particular book? Sales book के लिए we have credit sales, purchase book के लिए we have credit purchases. Journal proper or ledger? The correct answer will be journal proper. In journal proper, you will be recording everything which is not recorded in other 7 subsidiary books. For example, depreciation. Depreciation will be recorded in journal proper only, right? So my correct answer will be option number C. Good. Now, next question, 14th. A very basic question. Which of the following is the other name of ledger? So first you record the entries in journal. In journal, we record the entries in chronological manner. I hope you know it. Chronological manner means what? That you will be recording the transaction date wise. A very organized thing, right? So that is chronological manner. After journal, you will be recording in ledger. From ledger, you will be preparing your trial balance. Right, from trial balance, you will be preparing your financial statements. In financial statement, the first statement you prepare is income statement. Then you prepare your balance sheet, and in the end, you prepare your cash flow statement also. So this is the journey of accounting. Which of the following is the other name of ledger? Ledger is also known as principal book of accounts. Ledger is also known as principal book of accounts. Journal is known as original book of entry. Journal is known as original book of entry because every transaction goes in journal. From journal, you do posting in ledger. From journal, you do posting in ledgers, right? And ledger is known as principal book because everything depends upon ledger only, right? So the correct answer will be option number B. Chaliye, question number 15. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out applies to which type of account? Now in accounts, there are 3 type of accounts which you can open in your books. The first one is real account. The second one is nominal account. And the third one is personal accounts. Right? ये accounting का बहुत ही basic है. Real account are basically for your, I would say, assets, your properties, right? Nominal account are basically for your income and expenses. Nominal accounts are not carried forward, they are directly transferred to P&L, उनका adjustment वहीं हो जाता है. And personal accounts depict some person. So the question is asking you debit what comes in, credit what goes out applies to which particular account? Real account, yes. In real account, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Simple. Therefore, the answer will be option number B. In nominal accounts, your incomes will be credited if they are increased, your expenses will be debited if they are increased. In your personal account, the person who is giving you the money debited and the person whom you have to give money credited. Simple. Right? So answer of that particular question will be B. We all have discussed it. Next question number 16. Question number 16. Which of the following represents the correct sequence of accounting records? Which of the following represents the correct sequence of accounting records? थोड़ा टफ क्वेश्चंस करवाओ सर. ओके, ये बेसिक ही है जो भी हम कर रहे हैं. Which of the following represents the correct sequence of accounting records? Journal, ledger, trial balance, final accounts, ledger, journal, trial balance, final accounts, journal, trial balance, ledger, final accounts, or trial balance, journal, ledger, final accounts. The first one, which will be what? Journal, then you will make a ledger, and then you will make a trial balance, and then final accounts. Yes, the correct answer will be option number A. Good. Next question, question number 17. Question number 17. The ledger folio column in the journal helps in what? The ledger folio columns in the journal helps in what? Now we prepare journal, right? In journal, first you have your serial number, then you have particulars, then you prepare a LF column, ledger folio, and then you prepare two more columns, debit amount and credit amount. So tell me what LF stands for. LF is I would say ledger folio. Ledger folio stands for what? And ledger folio will appear in journal. Tell me, record of page number of ledger, record of the amount of transaction, identify the party involved, classify the account type. Yes, the answer will be option number A, because in your ledger folio you write all the numbers, right? So basically if you are writing 8, 8 will depict that this journal entry has been posted in ledger on page number 8 of ledger, right? Very good. The correct answer will be option number A. Next question, question number 18. Question number 18. Which of the following represents the golden rule of personal account? Personal account, please बताइए. Personal account basically represents different persons. So personal accounts के लिए we have debit and credit. Debit the receiver, credit the giver, or debit the giver, credit the receiver, debit what comes in, credit what goes out, debit all your expenses and losses, credit all your incomes and gains. Please tell me the correct answer. Debit the receiver, credit the giver, or debit the giver, credit the receiver. What will be the correct answer? Yes, the correct answer will be option number D. Debit the receiver and credit the giver. Right? This is what the basic rule of accounting is, and I can see in the chat all of you have given A, and some are saying D, and D. So certain times easy questions can also go wrong. Remember, debit the receiver, जिससे आपको पैसा लेना है, right? So you will debit it. For example, data. Data is a current asset. Credit the giver, जिसको आपको पैसे देना है, right? And that will be a creditor for your business. Therefore, the correct answer will be option number D. चलिए, next question, question number 19. Now the basics are over. Now we are moving to the different other statements. Question number 19. Trial balance. Trial balance is that particular statement in which you can see multiple balances of the account. Right? Question number 19. Trial balance does what? Trial balance basically checks which particular accuracy. You भी बताना. Trial balance checks which particular accuracy of your business. arithmetical, geometrical, or any other kind of accuracy. Trial balance checks what? Trial balance basically checks for your arithmetical accuracy of your business. Trial balance basically checks that whether your total of balance of debit is equals to credit. If that is the case, then definitely your arithmetical accuracy of the business is followed. So the correct answer will be option number B. Right, and trial balance you will make with the help of, I would say, what, ledger only. So answer will be option number B in this particular case. Question number 20 now. Yes, arithmetical accuracy is the correct answer. Question number 20. Which of the following errors will not affect the trial balance? Now in trial balance there can be compensating errors and there can be non-compensating errors. Compensating and non-compensating. Right? Compensating means कि उनका effect zero हो जाएगा. Non-compensating means that debit will not is equals to credit. Now the question is asking you which will not affect. Basically the question is asking you for compensating error because उनका effect zero हो जाएगा. Yes, complete omission of transaction will definitely forget that how you have to make a transaction. Tell me in the errors of trial balance, which type of error is known as clerical error? Which type of error is known as a clerical error? This type of error has been done because of laziness. This type of error is done because of laziness. This is known as error of commission. Error of commission. Then you have that particular principle which is like your concepts were incorrect. So that is known as error of principle also. Remember, these are important things. I hope you are able to recall it. Right? Now, let's move forward to question number 21. Errors that cancels each other are called as what? Errors that cancel each other are known as compensating. This we have discussed on the previous slide as well. And remember, in error of omission also, there can be partial omission and there can be a complete omission. There can be a complete omission. Can I say that partial omissions will be compensating in nature? Can I say that partial omissions will be compensating in nature? Yes or no? Simple बताइए. Can I say that partial omissions are compensating in nature? Yes or no? The answer will be no, because partial omissions will affect my trial balance. They will definitely affect my trial balance, and that will cause debit is equals to not credit. Right? So remember, partial के लिए this rule was not applicable, but for complete, yes, then it will be called as a compensating error. One more question before I move ahead. Error of principle. Error of principle is always compensating. True or false? Error of principle is always compensating. True or false? बताइए. Error of principle is always compensating. Yes. Error of commission के लिए again दो cases बन सकते हैं. Right? So remember all of this. I hope you remember, but right now we are just discussing the basic stuff. चलिए, the correct answer for this was D. Question number 22. The petty cash book is prepared under which particular system? The petty cash book is prepared under which particular system? Impressed, double entry system, accrual system, or contra system? Petty cash book is basically prepared under which particular system? Impress system. Impress system means what? That we will give you 10,000 rupees. Suppose there is a balance given to you, and from this particular balance now you have to do some of the expenses which is allowed by your business. Right? So the correct answer will be option number B. Quite easy one. Question number 22. Now moving to 23. Which is true about contra entries? Contra entries क्या होती है? That is what the question is asking you. What are contra entries? Contra entries are what? Contra entries are basically those type of entries which will affect two accounts, your bank account and your cash in hand account. Right? So these are known as contra entries. Right? So now try to answer. These appear only on the debit side of cash book. No. They affect both cash and bank columns. Yes, that will be the correct answer, which is option number B again. right? Contra entry will be this only, like bank account debit to cash or cash account debit to bank. So two accounts which are in the same case, bank and cash, this is known as contra entry, right? Tell me one particular entry or tell me that particular event which is contra revenue, बताइए अब आप लोग. एक कॉन्ट्रा कैपिटल भी होता है, एक कॉन्ट्रा एक्सपेंस भी होता है, बताइए. Contra capital is your drawing because drawings results into less of your capital. If person is bringing 10,000 as capital in my business, he is withdrawing 5,000. So his capital is reducing, right? So it's known as contra capital. Contra revenue is your sales return because sales is your income. But if you return it, then your sales reduces. So sales return is a contra revenue. Contra expense is your purchase return. Anything which reduces your purchase, anything which reduces your expenses is contra expense, right? So answer over here will be option number B, but at the same time we have discussed some small more concepts. Question number 24. Which of the following is classified as an operating expense in income statement? So now we are discussing income statement. Income statement is also known as profit and loss account, right? Income statement is also known as profit and loss account. Now in income statement, first you have your sales, net sales, minus your COGS, then you get your gross profit. I hope you recall it. And then you deduct operating expenses from it, operating expenses. Then the number which you will get is EBIT, earning before interest and taxes. Then you deduct and add. Deduct what? Non-operating expenses and non-operating incomes, right? Then you get earning before taxes. Once your earning before taxes is there, you reduce taxes and then you get your net profit after tax. So I hope you recall कि हम लोग income statement में करते क्या है. Now the question is asking you what? Which of the following is classified as an operating expense in income statement? So operating expense इस वाले part में आता है, right? Sale of machinery, no. Interest paid on loan, no. Cost of goods sold, no. Managerial salaries, yes. So the answer will be option number D. By the way, what is operating expense? Operating expense is that particular expense which will be done on day-to-day basis. Done on day-to-day basis, right? Business इसे रोज की एक्टिविटीज में करता है, right? बिजनेस रोज मशीन तो बेचेगा नहीं, right? इंटरेस्ट भी आप साल में एक बार ही दोगे. Cost of goods sold is a direct cost, but managerial salary will be the correct answer, which is option number D. 25. Which of the following item is not included in calculation of net profit? So net profit is your after tax profit. Net profit is also known as what? PAT, profit after tax. So which of the following is not included in calculation of net? In net, everything will come, right? Because net is the final answer which you are calculating. I told you, right, that net profit is the final answer which you are calculating in the income statement. So interest received, yes. Depreciation, yes. COGS, yes. But will it include capital? No. Capital will be shown in your balance sheet, not in your I would say calculation of net profit, right? Question number 26 now. Rent paid for a factory building will be included in COGS or not? Rent paid for factory building, will we include this in COGS or not? Rent paid for factory building, will we include it on COGS or not? COGS, I hope you know the formula also. COGS is what? Opening stock plus purchases plus your direct expenses minus your closing stock is what your COGS is. Opening plus purchase plus direct expense minus closing is your COGS. So rent paid for factory, see anything done for factory, for example rent paid, electricity bill paid for factory, that will be included in COGS. So my answer will be option number A. My answer, rent paid for factory, it will be included, my friends. Why you are saying A, B, B, B? No, it will be included. If I'm saying rent paid for office, rent paid for office, this will not be included because office is not where you do the production. You do the production in your factory. So every expense which is made on your factory, that will be included in the direct expenses. That will be included in the direct expenses. Therefore, the correct answer over here will be option number A. Tell me, managerial salaries If I say salaries of a manager, will it be included in COGS? Will it be included in COGS? Salaries paid to the manager, will it be included in COGS? No, because managers are not working directly on the production, right? So you will not include that in your direct expense. That will be included in your operating expense. Cool. So answer over here will be option number A. Next question, question number 27. The main objective of preparing a trading account. Now trading account is a part of what? Income statement only. Right? Trading account is what? A part of income statement only. So try to answer this question. The main objective of preparing a trading account is to ascertain what? Net profit, gross profit, financial position or cash balance. Tell me. Please tell me. Enlighten me on this concept. When we are preparing income statement, the part in which you calculate your gross profit is basically known as trading account. Right? So if I just go back wherein I draw the entire picture for you. So if you see sales minus COGS, this is entire your income statement, right? इसका अगर आप पहले का हिस्सा देखोगे उसे बोलते हैं trading account, right? So my trading account is that particular part of income statement which will show me the gross profit, right? So trading account is prepared in the income statement itself. Therefore, the correct answer in the question number 27 will be what? It will be my option number B, which is gross profit. No, net profit will not be the answer. नेट प्रॉफिट तो बहुत बाद में आएगा. नेट प्रॉफिट तो पहले आपको ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट निकालना होगा, फिर ईबीआईटी निकालना होगा, फिर अर्निंग बिफोर टैक्सेस निकालना होगा, फिर टैक्स रिड्यूस करने अर्निंग आफ्टर टैक्स आएगा. ये आपका नेट प्रॉफिट है. तो नेट प्रॉफिट ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट में नहीं आता है. नेट प्रॉफिट आपके ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट काम निकालने के हेल्प में आता है. क्वेश्चन नंबर 28. क्वेश्चन नंबर 28. Trading and P&L are same? No. Trading is a part of P&L. Trading is the part of P&L. So major P&L याद रखना है, उसके अंदर एक छोटा सा अकाउंट होता है ट्रेडिंग. Calculate EBIT if gross profit is 3 lakh, operating expenses is 120 and depreciation is 30. EBIT निकालना है. EBIT के लिए you need gross profit minus your operating expenses minus your depreciation. Right? Operating expenses is given to you and depreciation is also given to you. So what will be the correct answer? 3 lakh minus 120 minus 30 will give you answer as option number A, which is your option number A, which is 1,50,000. Yes, the correct answer will be 1,50,000. Good. All of you. Question number 29. Which inventory valuation method assumes that item are purchased sold first, therefore ending the inventory consists of the most recent purchase? What is EBIT? EBIT is your earning before income and taxes. Earning before income and taxes. It is your operating profit. It is your operating profit. Yes. Which items that are purchased first are sold first? Purchased first and sold first. Is FIFO or LIFO? Yes, it's FIFO. First in, first out. जो पहले आया उसे पहले ही निकालेंगे. So that is known as first in, first out. So this is first in, first out, and in this particular case, items are being purchased first and sold first. Right? Now tell me, as per AS2, can I apply LIFO? Yes or no? As per AS2, can I apply LIFO, last in, first out? As per AS2, which is valuation of inventories, can I apply LIFO? The answer is no. Because as per accounting standard 2, you can only do accounting with FIFO and with weighted average. I hope you are aware of this particular concept. So the correct answer in this case will be FIFO. Question number 30 now. Question number 30. Which method of depreciation charges higher depreciation in the earlier years and lower in the later years? Don't worry for numericals, we will definitely do more numericals, but right now we are doing the theoretical part. Chaliye, question number 30. Which method of depreciation charges depreciation in the early years and lowers in the later years? So basically if you see, three kind of depreciation methods are, but two are very popular. Straight line method and the second one is WDV. written down value. In straight line method, you will record the depreciation at the same cost. It's like in the first year also 10,000, in the end year also it's 10,000, right? But under your WDV, written down value, depreciation is charged initially higher and then slowly it reduces out. So the correct answer over here will be option number D. Option number D. Yes, very good. All of you have given the right answer. Question number 31 now. Now we are discussing about capitals. 31. Authorized capital means what? Capital that has been fully paid up by the shareholders. Maximum capital that a company can raise as per MOM, Memorandum of Association. A part of capital issued by public. A part of capital issued to public and subscribed by promoters only. बताइए, question number 31. So you have authorized capital. Authorized capital is the maximum capital which your business can arrange. राइट सबसे ज्यादा कैपिटल जो मैं अपनी बिजनेस में अरेंज कर सकता हूँ दैट इज ऑथोराइज. ऑथोराइज के बाद आपके पास आता है इशूड कैपिटल. तो सपोज मेरी मैक्सिमम कैपिटल 100 रेस कर सकता हूँ. अभी के लिए मैंने सिर्फ 50 ही इशू करी है, 50 में बाद में करूंगा. राइट. सो इशूड कैपिटल इज अ पार्ट ऑफ ऑथराइज कैपिटल. अब जैसे मैंने 50 इशू जो करी है उसको कोई पब्लिक सब्सक्राइब करेगी, कोई नहीं करेगी. सो आफ्टर इशू यू गो टू सब्सक्राइब कैपिटल. राइट. अब सब्सक्राइब कैपिटल के बाद भी कॉल्ड एंड अनकॉल्ड कैपिटल होता है. कॉल्ड कैपिटल में भी पेड अप अनपेड होता है. तो बहुत सारा बाइफर्केशन है. बट राइट नाउ द क्वेश्चन इज आस्किंग यू authorized capital is what? Authorized capital is the maximum capital which a company can issue. That's it. Therefore the right answer will be option number B. चलिए question number 32 again. Subscribe capital means what? Subscribed. Subscribed, as the name suggests, general public has subscribed to this particular capital. So a part of issued capital that investors agree to take up, entire authorized capital, capital issued but not taken up, capital paid back to the shareholders. Yes, subscribed capital is the part. It is the part of the issued capital that investors have agreed to take up. यानी investors ने अपना subscription देने के लिए मान गए हैं. Therefore, the correct answer over here will be option number A. Good. Question number 13, a bonus issue. Bonus issue. In bonus issue, the company issues shares for cash. Company capitalizes reserves for the issue of free shares. Company reduces share capital and company increases cash reserve. So what is correct as per question number 33? Now in bonus issue, I hope you know company basically issue shares but get nothings. Company just issue the shares for free, right? But ये free कैसे होता है? Company से fund कैसे करती है? Through multiple type of reserves, right? So now try to answer. A bonus issue is a issue for cash? No. A bonus issue is like capitalizing reserves to issue free shares? Yes. So my right answer will be option number B. Reduces share capital, increases कैश रिजर्व्स. नो नो नो. शेयर कैपिटल तो बल्कि इंक्रीज होगी बिकॉज आप बोनस शेयर्स इशू कर रहे हो, तो शेयर कैपिटल तो इंक्रीज होगी, राइट? सो माय राइट आंसर ओवर हियर विल बी ऑप्शन नंबर बी. राइट. क्वेश्चन नंबर 34. Bonus shares cannot be issued from which particular reserve? Can I use journal reserve, security premium reserves, capital redemption reserves or revaluation reserve? Bonus shares cannot यानी कहां से इशू नहीं हो सकते. See, there are two type of reserves जिससे आप सब कुछ कर सकते हो. Journal reserve and your security premium reserve. Right? आप security premium reserve से सिर्फ dividend नहीं दे सकते, बाकी आप सब कुछ कर सकते हो. Right? Therefore, these reserves are very very important for you. And then you have also one more type of reserve which is retained earning reserves. Right? Profit and loss kind of reserve is like retained earning reserve. Retained earning reserve and journal reserve को अगर आप साथ में combine कर दो तो इन्हें फ्री रिजर्व्स भी बोलते हैं क्योंकि आप इससे कुछ भी कर सकते हो. अगेन यस, व्हाट विल बी माय आंसर? बोनस शेयर्स कैन नॉट बी इशूड फ्रॉम कैपिटल रिडम्पशन. I can see some students are answering C, but the right answer will be option number D, revaluation reserve. You cannot issue bonus shares from revaluation reserves. This is mentioned under Companies Act also, right? So please remember that you cannot use your revaluation reserve, which is a part of capital reserve. You cannot use it. Simple. Theoretical stuff, but still people are going wrong. Question number 35. Market price after bonus issue generally happens to be what? Market price after bonus issue generally increases, decreases, remains unchanged, or falls drastically without any relation. Please tell me. Market price after bonus issue increases, decreases, remains unchanged, or falls drastically without any relation. What will be the correct answer over here? Yes, if you see market price after bonus issue, it will adjust because your market cap will remain the same, right? So your market price will definitely decrease. Again, the answer is option number B only. No, market price after bonus issue decreases initially. After some time, as per the investor's confidence, it can increase again. But after bonus issue, the market price will decrease. Therefore, your correct answer is option number B. Right? And remember, bonus issue, you only tell me, bonus issue will impact your EPS. How it will impact? Will it increase or decrease it? Will it increase or decrease it? You only tell me. अगर मैं बोनस इशू की बात करूं इम्पैक्ट ऑन ईपीएस पे, ईपीएस स्टैंड्स फॉर व्हाट? अर्निंग पर शेयर. विल इट इंक्रीज और डिक्रीज? हाँ जी बताइए. बोनस इशू का इम्पैक्ट ऑन ईपीएस. ईपीएस इज व्हाट? योर टोटल नेट प्रॉफिट डिवाइडेड बाय द shareholders fund, right? Or divided by the total number of equity shares which are outstanding in the market. After bonus issue, the shares will increase. So your EPS will reduce. If the denominator is increasing, the value of fraction will reduce and therefore EPS will reduce. Decrease. EPS will decrease or reduce. बात एक ही है, right? Question number 36. Question number 36. Right issue. Right issue is basically that particular issue of shares which is done as a existing shareholders, which are done to the existing shareholders. So right issue involves what? Right issue involves what? Please बताइए. What will be the correct answer? What will be the correct answer for this particular question? बताइए. Right issue will be given to whom first? Yes, right issue is like offering shares to the existing shareholders in proportion to their holding. So the correct answer will be option number B. Right? चलिए, right issue again. In right issue, you will be collecting money. But tell me, if the shareholder neglects, if the shareholder rejects your rights, he goes and he says to you that I am not willing to purchase extra shares. This particular situation is known as what? This particular situation is known as what? Like I am rejecting and I am selling the rights to somebody else. This is known as renunciation of right. Renunciation of rights. Very important. Right? Question number 37. Depreciation is recorded in which particular books? Purchase book, sales book, journal proper or cash book? Depreciation is recorded in which particular book? Purchase book. Yes, renunciation of right is the correct one. Good. Depreciation is recorded in journal proper because see, purchase book is for credit purchase, sales book is for credit sales, cash book is for cash, and therefore we have journal proper to record your depreciation. By the way, depreciation journal entry is what? Depreciation account debit to asset जिस पे आप depreciation लगा रहे हो. So if you are applying depreciation on machine, then depreciation to machine. Simple. Right? Moving forward to 38. Drawings are also shown as what? Drawings are also shown as reduction in capital. Very easy question. So I'm not wasting my time over here. The correct answer will be option number A. Drawings will never increase your capital. Drawings is a kind of a reduction in the equity part. Balance sheet equation is what? Assets is equals to equity plus liability. So if your equity reduces, that is a kind of drawings only. So answer over here will be option number A again. Question number 39 now. Ideal current ratio value is what? And please also tell me the ratio, like current ratio is what? How will you write current ratio? How will you write current ratio? Yes, entity concept, very good. How will you write current ratio? Current ratio is your current assets divided by current liabilities. It is a kind of a short-term liquidity ratio. Right? The question is asking you that what is the ideal value of current ratio? Ideal value of current ratio is 2 is to 1. Therefore, my correct answer will be option number B. Right, my right answer will be option number B. Good. Question number 40. Question number 40. Current asset includes everything following except current assets are basically those assets which you can liquidate or which you will be using in less than 1 year. Cash and cash equivalents, yes, this is a current asset. Trade receivable, basically your debtors are again your current assets. Machinery and inventories. Machinery is not your current asset, it's a fixed asset or a non-current asset. The correct answer over here will be option number C. Inventories are your current asset. Now tell me, what is the difference between current asset and quick assets? What is the difference between current assets and quick assets? Quick assets are basically a type of a current asset only, but in current assets you have to reduce your inventory and your prepaid expenses. Right? Quick assets is equals to current assets minus your inventory minus your prepaid expenses, and we have a quick ratio also, which we call it as asset test ratio. So in that you need quick assets divided by current liability. What is the ideal value of this particular ratio, by the way? What is the ideal value of quick ratio? You only tell me. What is the ideal value of quick ratio? क्विक रेशियो का आइडियल वैल्यू क्या होगा? करंट रेशियो को तो चलो आप लोगों ने बता दिया 2:1, बट फॉर क्विक रेशियो द आइडियल वैल्यू विल बी 1:1. ओके, सो इसका जो फ्रैक्शन आएगा वो 1:1 के बीच में हो तो बेस्ट रहेगा. राइट? यस, वेरी गुड. नेक्स्ट इज क्वेश्चन नंबर 41. द फॉर्मूला फॉर डेट टू इक्विटी इज व्हाट? The formula of debt to equity. Debt to equity is a long term solvency formula. Long term solvency अगर आपको निकालनी बिजनेस के लिए then you will be using debt to equity. Now this is debt divided by equity. Simple. So your answer will be option number A. Your answer will be option number A. Total debt divided by total equity. Right? So remember debt to equity, current asset ratio, liquid asset ratio. These are very, very important. So your answer will be option number A in this particular case. Question number 42. Cash flow statement classifies activity into how many categories? Now in cash flow we have three set of activities, right? Yes, the answer will be three, but you should remember what are those three. First you have operating activity, then you have financing activity, and then you have your investing activity. Remember, these are very, very important. They can directly ask you that in which particular case issuing of shares will come, in which particular case or in which particular heading your investment will come, right? So answer will be option number 3. And cash flow is made as per accounting standard 3. ये भी important है, याद रखिएगा please. Right? Question number 43. Which of the following appears under shareholder fund? Which of the following will appear under shareholder fund? Shareholder fund is basically the equity side. Shareholder fund is basically the equity side. Equity side पे क्या क्या आएगा? Trade payables नहीं आना चाहिए because trade payable is a current liability for you. Short term loans is again not included, it's a current liability. Journal reserve, yes. In your journal reserve, it can be included in your shareholder fund. Shareholder fund basically means your equity share capital, your preference share capital, and your journal reserves and multiple other type of reserves which can come. So my answer will be option number C. Outstanding wages is again a kind of a current liability not shown in your overall, I would say what? Overall shareholder fund. So my answer will be option number C. Chaliye, next question. Which of the following is not a feature of balance sheet? Which of the following is not a feature of balance sheet? Prepared on specific date, it contains both personal and real accounts. It records nominal accounts also. It follows the accounting equation. Please tell me the right answer for question number 44. 44 का सही आंसर क्या होगा आपके अकॉर्डिंग? Waiting for your answers. Yes, if you see in balance sheet, you will not take any kind of nominal accounts. Nominal accounts are transferred to P&L. So nominal account includes your income and expenses. Therefore, which of the following is not a feature में? The answer will be option number C, because nominal accounts are not recorded in balance sheet. Right? Balance sheet is prepared on a specific date. Yes, whenever you are making a balance sheet, you will write as on. Right? So a particular date is chosen. Then both person and real account can come. Real accounts are basically your assets only. Personal account can be your asset or it can be your creditor, which is a liability for you. So answer over here will be option number C. Cool. Next question. Question number 45. Surplus can also come. Surplus can also come if it's profitable. Yes, profits will be added to your equity capital. So surplus can also come. Question number 45. This is a good question, so try to answer it. 45B. If loan of 50,000 is repaid in cash, so loan is your liability which is reducing. Cash is also going out of your business, so your cash will also decrease. So your asset decreases and your liability decreases. So my answer will be option number B. Quite easy, I would say. Right? Question number 46. Chalo. Now you have to calculate. Now you have to calculate the answer. The liability section of a company's balance sheet looks like trade payable of 40,000, 10% debentures repayable in 5 years worth of 2 lakhs, outstanding salary of 15,000, a long-term bank loan of 1,50,000, bills payable of 25,000 and short-term provisions of 10,000. What is the total of non-current liability? आज हमारे पास 100 क्वेश्चंस है. Please tell me what is the total of non-current liability? 46 skip. B, C. Some people are saying B, some are saying C. Non-current liability is that particular liability which you will pay after 1 year. अब आप solve करो. Trade payable is a current liability, so this will not be taken. Debentures will be taken, so debenture is 2 lakhs, so debenture I will take. Outstanding salary is again current liability, I will not take. A long-term bank loan, so आपने 2 लाख लिया है of your debentures and a long-term bank loan 1,50,000 आप ये लोगे, because ये भी एक non-current liability है which you will be paying after 1 year. Bills payable, short-term provisions will not be included, so your answer will be only 3,50,000. इसको add करना है, right? Because they are asking you a total. So my correct answer will be option number C. My correct answer will be option number C. I can see many people are going wrong over here, but some are going right also. Yes, the correct answer will be C. Next, question number 47. Dash reserve is created when shares are issued at a higher price than their face value. It can be only be issued for some specific purpose. So dash reserves are created when shares are issued at a higher price than their face value. Suppose if the face value is 10, I am issuing the shares at rupees 12. So this 2 represents what? This 2 represents premium, and the amount which you are collecting on premium will be transferred to security premiums account or security premium reserve. Tell me, can I pay dividends to my shareholder from security premium reserves? Yes or no? Can I pay premium? Can I pay premium from the securities premium reserve? The answer is no. You cannot do that. So answer over here will be option number A. Right? Question number 48. Which of the following sequence correctly represents the flow of share capital from highest to the lowest in terms of amount? Highest and the lowest in terms of amount. Yes, the correct answer of previous question was no. Now if you see highest to lowest, so highest तो आपको authorized capital ही रहने वाला है, right? Lowest आपका depend करता है कि आप क्या लेते हो, right? So authorized capital सिर्फ option number C में ही highest है, therefore your answer will be option number C itself. Use your brain, do not apply that much of time. Tell me, my friend, if certain times certain capital remains unpaid. That thing in accounting is known as what? If certain times the amount is not paid, it's unpaid. This is known as what? Calls in arrears. This is known as what? Calls in arrears. Right? So my right answer over here will be option number C. And some people pay you money in advance. So that is known as calls in advance. I hope you know it. Right? चलिए, question number 49. A business earns a profit of 30,000 in cash. What effect it will be seen on a balance sheet? Now business is earning a profit of 30,000 in cash. So definitely my cash balance will increase. Right? A profit कहाँ लाओगे आप? As per profits are always added. Profits are always added in your, I would say what? Profits are always added in your capital or your equity. So basically option number D is correct. Why? Because you are increasing the asset and you are increasing the capital. Profits, whatever profit is left, that belongs to the owner. And if that belongs to the owner, that you will go and add it to the balance sheet in the equity component. Therefore, the correct answer will be option number D. Right, all of you? 50th question of the class. So we have finished 50% of the question. Which of the following is classified as a fictitious asset? Fictitious asset is a kind of that particular asset which I am just carrying it forward so that I can write it off. Like it's like एक बहुत बड़ा खर्चा एक बारी में हम लोग दिखा नहीं सकते हमारी बुक ऑफ अकाउंट्स में, इसलिए हम छोटा छोटा करके उसका अमाउंट दिखा रहे. So that is known as what? Fictitious asset. Trade receivable, first answer I am getting is trade receivable. Then I am getting preliminary expenses. Then I am getting goodwill. No, goodwill and patents are your intangible assets. Intangible assets are those assets which you cannot touch. You can only just feel it. Feel it as in like कि हाँ वो चीज है but दिखती नहीं है. So that is intangible. Yes, the correct answer will be preliminary expenses. Preliminary expenses are basically those expenses which are done to start a business. आपने लॉयर को फीस दी होगी, आपने कुछ पेपर वर्क किया होगा, तो वो जो पूरी एक्सपेंसेस हुई है उसे एक साथ ना दिखा के हम डिफरेंट डिफरेंट ईयर्स में दिखाते हैं. So that is known as a fictitious asset. Right? So answer over here will be option number C. Yes, correct answer will be C. Question number 51. Cash flow statement shows the movement of what? Simple है. अगर आपका ये गलत हो रहा है then you have not studied accounting. Cash flow statement shows the movement of cash and cash equivalents only. Therefore, my right answer will be option number A. In cash flow, remember the three activities, they can ask you anything on that. चलिए, question number 52. Payment of income tax in journal case will be classified as what? Operating, investing, financing, or non-cash. Payment of income tax in journal case. Yes, payment of income tax in journal case is an operating activity. Why? Because you will be paying taxes every now and then. Like साल में हर बार एक बार तो टैक्स देना ही पड़ेगा अगर आप जर्नल केस की बात कर रहे हो. आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट कैपिटल गेन टैक्स, आई एम जस्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट जर्नल टैक्स जो कि हम सब देते हैं साल में एक बार. सो दैट विल बी टेकन एज एन ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटी. राइट? सो माई आंसर विल बी ऑप्शन नंबर ए. Question number 53. So this is quite confusing. Try to answer it. Increase in trade payable will result in what? Increase in trade payable will result in what? अगर आप ट्रेड पेबल्स बढ़ाते हो तो उसका रिजल्ट क्या रहने वाला है? आई एम लुकिंग फॉर द राइट आंसर्स फॉर क्वेश्चन नंबर 53. राइट आंसर्स फॉर क्वेश्चन नंबर 63. सिंपली एक रिलेशनशिप आपको याद रखना है. योर कैश has a positive kind of relation with current liabilities, and your cash has a negative balance or a kind of a negative relationship with current assets. So if you increase your current liability, your cash will also increase. If you decrease your current liability, your cash will also decrease. Vice versa in current assets. If your current asset increases, your cash reduces. If your current assets decreases, then your cash increases. ये आपको याद रखना है बस. इंक्रीज इन ट्रेड पेबल, अब ट्रेड पेबल आप देखो करंट लाइबिलिटी है, सो अगर एक करंट लाइबिलिटी बढ़ती है तो कैश भी बढ़ेगा, देयरफॉर माय आंसर विल बी ऑप्शन नंबर ए. 53, trade payable answer will be option number A. So I can see many of you have given the wrong answers. Just remember this fundamental rule that if my current liability increases, my cash will also increase. If my current liability decreases, then my cash will also decrease. And if my current asset increases, then my cash will reduce. If my current asset decreases, then my cash will increase. ये एक fundamental principles है जो आपको याद रखने होंगे. Right? चलिए क्वेश्चन नंबर 54. Although these questions are basic, but they can trick you sometimes. चलिए क्वेश्चन नंबर 54. A decrease in inventory. अब देखो करंट एसेट डिक्रीज हुआ है. A decrease in inventory will result into what? Increase in cash or decrease in cash or no change or no or operating outflow. A decrease in cash, a decrease in current asset, sorry, inventory is a current asset, will result into increase in cash. So my answer will be option number A. My answer will be option number A. Right? Question number 55. Question number 55. Issue of shares for cash is classified under which particular activity? If you issue shares for cash, like for example, I am giving you shares and you are giving me cash, this will be classified under which particular activity of your cash flow? Issue of shares for cash is obviously my financing activity. See, operating activities are daily related to your business. Investing is like कि आप अपना पैसा किसी और चीज में डाल रहे हो. For example, purchasing of a machinery. For example, purchasing shares of some company. So that is investing. Financing deals with your capital structure. कि आपकी कैपिटल में इक्विटी कितना है और डेट कितना है. So that is what financing is all about. Now, if you are issuing shares, you are basically selling equity of your company and taking cash. So that will be a financing activity. The right answer will be option number C. Right? Question number 56. Return on assets is classified as what? Return on asset. It's a formula of ratios. Return on asset is classified as what? Okay, sir, 54 last option. Okay, we will see. But पहले 56 solve कर लेते हैं, then we will go to 54 as well. पहले आप मेरे को 56 का बताइए. Return on asset is classified as what? Return on asset is a classic example of your, I would say what? Return of asset is classified as what? बताइए बताइए. Return on asset. चलिए. Yes, return on asset is basically telling you the relationship between your net profit and total, I would say, assets. So answer will be option number A, which is very very easy. ये formula based questions है. Now somebody is asking me about question number 54. Decrease in inventory results in increase in cash, decrease in cash, no change, and operating outflow. So what is your doubt over here? Basically, we were trying to check that how inventory has a relationship with cash, and inventory is a current asset. If your current asset increases, then definitely your cash will reduce. Sorry, if your current asset decreases है यहाँ पे decrease हो रहा है, so your cash will increase. Therefore, your answer was option number A. चलिए, question number 57 now. Try to answer question number 57. Try to answer question number 57. A gross profit ratio is calculated as what? So all the profitability ratios, for example, gross profit ratio, net profit ratio, operating profit ratio, इनके फॉर्मूले बहुत easy है. Gross profit by sales, net profit by sales, and operating profit by sales. Right? Please tell me the gross profit ratio is calculated as what? Gross profit divided by sales multiplied by 100. Yes, the answer will be option number A itself. Question number 58. Quick ratio is also known as what? Quick ratio we also known as what? Quick ratio is your asset test ratio. Quick ratio का formula हमने पहले भी discuss करा है. Quick assets divided by your current liability, in which your quick assets is equals to your current assets minus your inventory minus your prepaid expense. So quick ratio is also known as your asset test ratio. Right? Question number 59. Earning per share is calculated as what? चलिए थोड़ी स्पीड पर करते हैं अब, बिकॉज दीज आर बेसिक क्वेश्चन सो यू कैन सॉल्व इट वेरी क्विकली. क्वेश्चन नंबर 59. क्वेश्चन नंबर 59. Earning per share is calculated as net profit minus by preference dividend divided by the number of equity shares currently outstanding. Right? So my correct answer will be option number A तो नहीं होगा, B भी नहीं होगा, C भी नहीं होगा. It will be option number D. Do you copy all of you? Question number 659. PAT divided by number of shares. Yes, PAT minus preference dividend होगा. Yes, so answer will be option number D. Numericals आने ही वाले, you have to be ready now. Question number 60. Which of the following is not an operating activity in cash flow? Which of the following is not an operating activity in cash flow? Which of the following is not an operating activity in cash flow? Cash received from the sale of good, cash payment to suppliers, purchase of machinery. No. Purchase of machinery is my investing activity because I am investing my money in purchase. So the correct answer will be option number C. The correct answer will be option number C in this particular case because purchase of machinery is an investing activity and not operating. चलिए क्वेश्चन नंबर 60 के बाद 61. फर्स्ट आप मेरे को ये बताइए कि 60 में आपका हिट रेट कितना रहा है. एंड यस दीज आर वेरी इजी टू मॉडरेट लेवल ऑफ क्वेश्चंस. अब एग्जाम में क्या आएगा दैट इवन आई डोंट नो, बट अगर आपका प्रीवियस ईयर का एनालिसिस करा जाए तो क्वेश्चंस इजी टू मॉडरेट ही आ रहे हैं. देयरफॉर वी आर सॉल्विंग इजी टू मॉडरेट क्वेश्चंस ओनली. हाउ कैन परचेज बी रॉन्ग? परचेज ऑफ मशीनरी है ना, आप डेली थोड़ा ना मशीनरी खरीदोगे. So therefore it's an investing activity. In which question you are asking? In 60 only, right? Shan Raza. Hit ratio कितना रहा है आप लोगों का? And please tell me, are you enjoying the class? These are very basic questions, so we cannot invest too much time in one question only. 51, 56, 55, 57, 57, 55, around 45. Okay. If it is above 55 or if it is above 50 also, then you are on the right track. You are on the right track क्योंकि 55 प्लस तो 55 50 above तो होना ही चाहिए एटलीस्ट जो क्वेश्चंस हमने अभी तक सॉल्व करे. ओके 59. अर्निंग पर शेयर एक बेसिकली रेशियो होता है विच यू कैलकुलेट एज नेट प्रॉफिट माइनस योर प्रेफरेंस डिविडेंड डिवाइडेड बाय नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स विच आर आउटस्टैंडिंग. आउटस्टैंडिंग यानी कंपनी ने कितने इशू कर दिए हैं. राइट चलिए let's try to solve question number 61 now. Which ratio measures the relationship between company's market price and earnings? Okay, Shan got it. Which ratio measures the relationship between company's market price and earning? So market price and earning, which we calculated dividend yield, no. Earning price to earning ratio, yes. Your PE ratio is what? Price divided by your earnings. Basically your EPS. Your PE ratio, if I write it clearly, is your price, current market price, divided by the EPS only. So therefore my correct answer over here will be option number B. Right? चलिए question number 62. Working capital ratio is calculated as what? By the way, working capital अगर कोई निकालना चाहे तो it is current assets minus your current liability. Working capital is what? Current assets minus current liability. But working capital ratio पूछा है, so that will be current assets divided by current liabilities, which is my option number C. Which is my option number C. How many of you have given the right answer for 62? Let me see in the chat. Question number 62 ka what answers you have given? Yes, the correct answer will be option number C, which is current assets divided by current liability. Question number 63. A listed company decides to purchase its own shares from the open market at a premium to support the share price. What is this called as? If a listed company is purchasing its own shares in the open market, then the premium to support the share price is known as what? Question number 63. Yes, these are known as buybacks. Can you tell me the maximum buyback which a company can do? Can you tell me the maximum buyback which a company can do? Hello? Yes, company can do maximum buyback up to 25% of their paid up capital and reserves. ये resource test के नाम से भी बहुत famous है. The correct answer will be option number B. Question number 64 now. 64. AS10 Accounting Standard 10 deals with what? Inventories? No. For inventories we have AS2. Property, plant and equipment? Yes. AS10 deals with your property, plant, so your answer will be B. Investments are basically dealt with AS13 and revenue recognition is with AS9. Copy or not? All of you? Yes, 25% is the maximum buyback, not 10, 15. ठीक है? Yes, 64B, but I hope you remember AS2, AS9, AS13, AS10, AS11 भी है. AS11 is your foreign exchange transactions, right? So my correct answer over here will be option number B. Question number 65. चलिए बताइए. Question number 65. Consider the following statements regarding the treatment of bearer plants under accounting standard AS10. So although livestock is not included in AS10, exception is there for bearer plants. So bearer plant is included in AS10 but not all the other plants. So what is a bearer plant? A bearer plant is accounted for PPE under AS10. Yes, it is, because bearer plant is an exception. The agriculture produce harvested from the bearer plant is also accounted? No. Only the plant is included. So if I have this tree, this will be counted as PPE. There are certain conditions. But the fruits which this particular tree is giving is not counted under PPE. So therefore my first statement is correct, second is incorrect. Therefore my answer of this question will again become answer number B. 65A, no, 65 will be B. Bearer plant is basically that particular plant which you will not be using as a raw material. At the same time you are using that particular plant for more than 12 months. ठीक है, इसका जो प्रोडक्ट आपको मिलेगा वो आप रॉ मटेरियल के थ्रू यूज कर सकते हो, बट आप पूरा ट्री एज अ रॉ मटेरियल यूज नहीं कर सकते. Right? There is no need to go into that much deepness. Just remember that agriculture produce of bearer plant is not included. Therefore, your right answer of this question will be option number B. चलिए, question number 66. Slight doubt between A and B. What is the doubt? Yes, mango tree. Mango tree is a bearer plant. Those who have attended my classes or Anchit sir classes, they know what a bearer plant is. Sandalwood. Sandalwood is not a bearer plant because sandalwood ka overall plant will be used as a raw material. चलिए, question number 66. Cost of PPE includes what? Except cost of PPE includes all the expenses which you have done on that particular asset. So it will include all the expenses, not just one particular expense which is left. But I will not be taking any future maintenance cost until and unless that particular future maintenance cost is adding value to the machine. Right? So answer over here will be option number C. Purchase price, installation charges, import duties, any kind of freight inward, any kind of octroi, any kind of other expenses which you have paid on that particular machine or on that particular PPE, that will be included. But future maintenance costs cannot be taken. Right? Question number 67. AS13 deals with what? AS13 deals with your investments. Yes, very good. Remember, ये बहुत important है. AS2 is for your inventories. Right? AS9 is for revenue recognition. AS10 is for PPE. AS11 is foreign exchange transactions. AS13 is for your investments. Like this, there can be multiple more AS. Like for example, AS3 is for cash flow. But ये basic तो याद होनी चाहिए. AS13 deals with investment. Yes, the correct answer over here will be option number B. Good. चलिए, question number 38. Current investments are carried out at what? If you have to record current investments in your books, then you will be recording current investments at what? Cost, fair value, lower of cost and fair value, or higher of cost and fair value. As per principle of prudence, we will not take any kind of higher value, or we will not take any kind of higher of cost or fair value. Therefore, we will only take lower of cost and fair value. So your answer will be option number C. Fair value basically is that particular price which is currently available in the market. You can just remember it like that. So अगर मार्केट में प्राइस 80,000 है और मेरी बुक्स में अगर 70,000 है तो मैं 70,000 पे ही रिकॉर्ड करूंगा. राइट. क्वेश्चन नंबर 69. AS9 deals with what? AS9 deals with your revenue recognition. Therefore, it's a very easy question. We have discussed it a lot. Answer will be option number B. Right? Question number 70. This is a good question. So let's see who is able to answer it. Question number 70. 70. Dividend revenue is recognized when dividend is declared by the company, dividend is received in the cash, financial year ends, or shares are purchased. Dividends are always recognized when the company declares them. Because जब कंपनी ने डिक्लेयर कर दिया तब आपको वो पक्का मिलेगा. कंपनी ने एक बार डिक्लेयर कर दिया तो कंपनी उससे पीछे नहीं जा सकती. Right? So whenever company declares it, you have to recognize the revenue on that particular date itself. Therefore, my answer of this question will be option number A. Right? Dividend declared by the company will be the right answer. Question number 71. Dash is the process of transferring the cost of fixed assets over their useful life. Dash is the process of transferring the cost of fixed asset over their useful life. Yes, this we call it as depreciation. Remember, depreciation and amortization, दो different concepts हैं. Amortization is applied on intangible asset. Depreciation is applied on tangible assets. Okay? ये भी आपको याद रखना होगा. Right? The correct answer will be option number C. चलिए, 71 now. Cost of investments include what? Cost of investments includes purchase price, purchase plus brokerage, only market value, purchase, brokerage and stamp duty. So what will cost of investment include? A cost of investment will include what? Purchase price, purchase plus brokerage, purchase price plus brokerage plus stamp duty, or only market price. Yes, it will include everything. I told you this before also. That cost of investments will include everything. Purchase price plus brokerage plus stamp duty. Therefore, your correct answer will be option number C itself. 72. Ind AS 115. Ind AS 115 is basically a corresponding part of AS9 only. AS9 is for revenue of, is a recognition of revenue. But Ind AS 115 has replaced AS9. Ind AS 115 has replaced AS9. Ind AS 115 basically deals with what? Revenue from the contracts with customer. अब ये factual information है जो आपको याद होनी चाहिए. The answer will be option number B. Right? चलिए. Question number 73. This is a quite confusing question, so take your time to address it. Dividend paid. Dividend paid is classified under which of the cash flow activity? Dividend paid, not received. अगर मैं dividend दे रहा हूं तो it basically means that I am giving a dividend to my shareholders. I am giving dividend to my shareholders, isn't it? 73 का बताइए. Skip. Okay. If you are paying dividend, then it's a financing activity because ये आपकी capital पे आप दे रहे हो. Right? And anything which is related to your capital is financing only. Right? So my answer will be option number C in this particular case. Right? Next question number 74. ये भी एक tricky question है. Try to address it carefully. गलत मत कर देना. Interest received is classified under which cash flow activity? Interest received is classified under which cash flow activity? Interest received is classified under which cash flow activity? इंटरेस्ट अब आपको मिल रहा है, सो इट बेसिकली मीन्स आपने कहीं इन्वेस्ट करा होगा, उसी के कारण आपको इंटरेस्ट मिल रहा है. So if you are receiving interest, that will be under investment activity. If you are again paying, then it's a different ball game altogether. But if you are receiving it, then it will be an investing activity. So my answer will be option number B. I hope all of you are giving the right answers. Chalo, question number 75. We have completed 100 questions till now. Sorry, 75 questions till now. Good energy. Try to maintain this energy. 75. Proprietary ratio measures what? Proprietary is basically a word which we use for owners. So a proprietary ratio measures relationship between equity and total assets, relationship between debt and equity, relationship between current assets and liabilities, relationship between revenue and expenses. बताइए. Question number 75. Proprietary ratio is between proprietary. Yes, अगर regular basis है तो it will be operating then. Okay. But regular लिखा भी तो होना चाहिए ना वहाँ पे. Yes, proprietary ratio basically gives you the relationship between your equity and total assets. Therefore, your correct answer will be option number A. Now, take your time to address it. Question number 76. Question number 76. चलिए बताइए 76 का आंसर. $76. Capital introduced by the owner is treated as a liability. Yes, because of entity concept. Right? And the personal expenses of owners are recorded as a business expense. No, 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 no. But we always do accounting for business, not for the owner. So statement 2 is incorrect because personal expenses are not included in the book of accounts. So only first is correct. Therefore, your answer will be option number B. Right? 76 questions, my friend. I can see answers as B, B, B. Good. Now let's move forward to question number 77. 77. According to balance sheet format prescribed under Schedule 3 of the Companies Act 2013, dash includes cash, bank balance, receivables and are expected to be converted into cash within 1 year. A kind of a very easy question because this is directly a definition based question, I think. Yes, the correct answer will be current assets. The correct answer will be current assets. So my answer will be option number B. Right? Question number 78. Chaliye. Now you have to use your brain. More and more numericals will come. Chaliye. Question number 78. Question number 78. Suppose a company has a current asset of 10 lakh and current liabilities of 5 lakh. However, 30% of the current asset consists of slow moving inventory that cannot be converted into cash quickly. So you have to tell me the number of quick ratio now. If you have to calculate current ratio, then it will be current assets divided by current liability. Current assets is 10 lakh and current liabilities is 5 lakh. So 5, 10, right? So it will be 2:1. But question is asking you to calculate quick ratio. Quick ratio निकालना है. Yes, very good. However, 30% of the current assets consist of slow moving inventory that cannot be converted into cash quickly. So you will calculate quick assets. Skip 1.4:1. Yes, the answer, let me see. If you see 5 lakh, your denominator will remain the same. Current liability to same ही रहेगा because your quick asset ratio or your quick ratio is your quick assets डिवाइडेड बाय करंट लाइबिलिटी, तो करंट लाइबिलिटी तो सेम ही रहेगा। क्विक एसेट्स आपको देखने होंगे, तो क्विक एसेट्स के लिए दे हैव सेड however 30% of the current asset consists of slow moving inventory which cannot be converted into cash. So आपको 10 लाख का 30% करना पड़ेगा and that you have to reduce. Then it will be what? Yes, 7 lakh. 10 30 लाख इसका लोगे तो कितना आएगा? 3 लाख ही आएगा, राइट? 30% लोगे, सॉरी 30% लोगे तो 3 लाख ही आएगा. 10 lakh minus 3 lakh will be 7 lakh. So 7 lakh divided by 5 will be what? 1.4 is to 1. That will be your answer, which is option number C. Question number 79. A mix of theory and concept. 79 का बताइए. Opening stock is 50,000, purchases is 20,000, minus closing stock of 60,000 gives you what? Which is deducted from sales to calculate gross profit. Which is very very easy again. It is your cost of goods sold. So answer of 79 will be option number A. Answer of 79 will be option number A only, right? Because opening plus purchase minus your closing is definitely your COGS formula only. यहाँ पे direct expenses नहीं दिए गए. I think they have taken it as 0, but we don't have to budge upon that. चलिए, question number 80 now. Try to solve this question. I'm waiting for you to all of you to solve it. Question number 80 now. Question number 80. Question number 80. Question number 80. Question number 80. 80 का बताइए. During the construction of a new factory, a company incurred following cost. Machine cost is 50 lakh. Installation is 5 lakh. Dismantling the old structure is 8 lakh. Site preparation cost is 12 lakh. Training of the operator cost is 2 lakh. As per AS10, what will be the total amount capitalized for property, plant and equipment? 77. 80 ka I'm asking the question. 77 lakh? Yes, basically see all these costs will be included in the cost of the machine because they are directly related to the machine. So you just have to take 50 plus 5, which is your 55, plus 8 and 2, which will be 65. 8 and 2 is 10, right? So 10 added to 55 plus 12. So if you add 12, it will be 77 lakh only. My correct answer will be option number A. Good. Everybody, those who have given the answer as A is very, very good. Question number 81. Chaliye, try to answer this question. When there is a dash regarding the ultimate collection of a revenue or the amount to be received is not determined within reasonable time limits, revenue recognition should be dash. When there is dash regarding ultimate collection, so you have to apply बहुत सारे permutations and combinations in this case. बताइए. When there is a dash, when there is uncertainty, certainty, confusion or clarity. See, when there is uncertainty regarding the ultimate collection of revenue or the amount to be received, it is not determined. Then you have to postpone your revenue recognition. Therefore, my correct answer will be option number D. Very good. I was not expecting the right answers, but you have given a good one. Chaliye, try to answer this numerical also. Question number 82. A company purchases a raw material of follows. 500 units at 10 on 10 July, 100 units at 20 per unit on 20th July. The company used 100 units on 25th of July. Using FIFO under AS2, what will be the value of closing inventory? A company purchased raw material as follows. So you are purchasing 500 units at 10. So this is my class A, 500 units at 10. And then you are purchasing another type 100 units at 20. Okay, as per the company policy they are using what? FIFO, first in first out. So पहले आपने 500 यूनिट्स वाले लिए थे तो वही पहले जाएंगे. And now you are saying that 100 units have been sold. So type A के सिर्फ 400 units बचे. multiplied by 10 because their per cost is 10, and type B के तो पूरे के पूरे 100 units बचे. So my total will be what? My total will be what? 4000 plus 2000, which will give me 6000. Right? So my answer will be option number A. Cool, everybody? Yes. Question number 83. 83. When shareholders fail to pay called up capital amount on due date, unpaid amount is recorded as what? And it appears as dash on balance sheet. If your shareholders fail to pay called up capital on the due date, unpaid amount is recorded as calls and arrears, right? And that is deducted from your balance sheet because this is the money which you have not received. Therefore, you will reduce your share capital. So my answer over here will be option number B, right? Question number 84. चलिए ये भी बताइए. Question number 84. Which of the following statement correctly represents entity concept in accounting? Entity concept. Entity says what? That your owner is different and your business are different. These are two different entities. A proprietor personal assets and business assets should be combined together in balance sheet. No, horribly incorrect. A business is treated as a separate entity, distinct from its owner, and only business transactions are recorded in the books. Owner's drawing is recorded as an expense because it reduces personal wealth. A proprietor residence should be recorded in business books if it providing indirect benefits to the business. Yes, the correct answer will be option number B because owner is different, your business is different. You are doing accounting for business, not for the owner. And because of this concept only, we have the components of capital being as a liability in your business. Right? So my answer will be option number B in this particular case. चलिए क्वेश्चन नंबर 85. A good question to answer. 85. If trial balance agrees debit is equals to credit, it implies that, but it does not guarantee that. If trial balance agrees that it implies that all transactions are recorded correctly, double entry is followed, two-sided error exists, or assets and liabilities are equals. See, if trial balance is agreeing that your asset is equal, your debits is equals to your credit, then it basically means that you have followed all the double entry in a good manner. Right? But it does not guarantee that all the accounts are stated correctly because there can be some compensating errors. There can be some compensating errors. Right? You cannot say that there is no error in my business because a compensating error will do the net. Net zero हो जाएगा debit and credit का. But if you see, you cannot 100% say that my business is error free. So my answer will be option number B. Right? Even if your trial balance exists, even if your trial balance matches, this, it does not mean that your business has no errors. It might have some errors. Therefore, the correct answer is option number B. चलिए, question number 86, a kind of a numerical. Try to address it. A company has outstanding preference shares of 15 lakh. So 15 लाख के शेयर्स है हमारे पास. 15 लाख के पेमेंट करना है, आउटस्टैंडिंग है, राइट? A company has an outstanding preference shares of 15 lakh, out of which 9 lakh will be redeemed using distributable profits. So मेरे पास 9 लाख के प्रॉफिट्स है, मैं वो रिडीम यूज कर लूंगा. तो बचे कितने? 6 लाख, राइट? And the rest of equity shares will be issued at a face value of 8. Calculate the number of equity shares. So 6 लाख के आपके को शेयर्स इश्यू करने हैं और अगर आप ये 8 से डिवाइड करोगे तो आपको मिलेगा 75, राइट? Yes, 75,000. So my answer will again be option number B in this case. Hello everybody, question number 86. Are you able to solve it or not? 6 lakh divided by 8 hoga basically. So you will have 75, and this is basically a previous year question, not of UPSC but of some regulatory bodies exam. So this is the level, you can see this is the level. अब ये आपको tough लग रहा है तो I don't know what to say. Right? Let's move forward to question number 87. If a trial balance does not tally even after efforts, then which of the following account is used? अब ये तो theoretical question है. If a trial balance does not tally even after many efforts, then we have to use suspense account. We will transfer debit or credit इन योर सस्पेंस अकाउंट. एंड रिमेंबर, एक ऐसा अकाउंट है सस्पेंस अकाउंट जिसका बैलेंस डेबिट भी हो सकता है, क्रेडिट भी हो सकता है, राइट? जैसे ऑल एक्सपेंसेस विल हैव डेबिट बैलेंस, all incomes will have credit balance, all assets will again have debit balance, all liabilities will have credit balance. बट अकाउंट्स में एक ही अकाउंट ऐसा है जो सस्पेंस अकाउंट है जिसका डेबिट और क्रेडिट दोनों बैलेंस हो सकता है, राइट? सो माय आंसर ओवर हियर विल बी ऑप्शन नंबर बी. Let's move forward to question number 88 now. 88. A dash is an asset that arises when a company overpaid taxes or paid tax advance, typically resulting from the differences in the income recognition between accounting and the tax methods. So is it a contingent liability? No, contingent liability is like अचानक से एक liability आ पड़ी, so that is contingent. Okay, deferred tax liability, deferred tax asset, or provision for tax. Yes, the answer will be DTL, deferred tax liability. This is a sorry. Okay, so it's an asset पूछा है, then it will be a deferred tax asset. But if it's a liability to be paid, then it will be option number B. They have clearly said asset, so therefore it will be option number C. My bad, my bad. Okay, it will be C. वहां पे सीधा सीधा उन लोगों ने asset लिखा हुआ था. So it will be deferred tax asset. Yes, yes. Question number 89. Question number 89. Sometimes reading question it becomes very very important. Is there any limit for suspense account balance? No. सर हिंदी में बोलिए, कभी क्या बोलना है हिंदी में आप बताइए, मैं रिपीट कर दूंगा. 89. Which of the following is not a qualitative character? Qualitative character नहीं है पूछा. Which of the following is not a qualitative character? Relevance is, relevance means that आप time based information दो. Reliability is, reliability यानी कि I can trust you, right? So your information which you are providing to me should be error free. Comparability to compare. Quantifiability is not your qualitative error, so I will remove it. Therefore, my answer will be option number D. Question number 90. Who among the following is an external user of accounting information? Who among the following is an external user of accounting information? So there can be internal and external, right? Internal users are in the company, external users are outside the company. A manager of the company is an internal. Accounts department is again internal. Owner of the business again internal. But is investor an internal? Is investor an internal? No, investor is external. So my answer will be option number D. Chaliye, so now we are solving the last 10 questions. First tell me your hit rate. My hit rate is 89. I also solve one question incorrect. So मेरा hit rate तो अच्छा है. एंड यू माइट से कि सर आपने पहले पीपीटी देखी होगी. नहीं नहीं, पीपीटी हमें मिली थी, हमने सिर्फ थोड़े अमेंड्स किए और हम आ गए. तो आप बताइए आपका हिट रेट कैसा रहा है? आउट ऑफ 90 हाउ मच यू हैव स्कोर्ड सो फार? हाउ मच यू हैव स्कोर्ड सो फार बताइए. 90 में से आपका कितना रहा है? Nobody is replying. 87. Wow. Okay. 70, 75 again good. Okay, 79. Okay. Good to go 85. Okay. चलिए 91 now. A shareholder owns 900 share. A company announces bonus of 2:3. Now many people don't even understand that how the total number of shares will be calculated. चलिए बताइए. Question number 91. A shareholders own 900 shares. The company announces a bonus of 2:3. 2 for 3. This basically means for every 3 shares which you hold, you will get 2 new shares. So how many shares will a person will have after bonus? After bonus उसके पास कितने शेयर होंगे? So if 2:3 is a ratio, 3 represents my existing shareholding. So I'm multiplying 3 over here, right? I'm multiplying by 300, you can say. Multiply 300 over here also. So you will get 600 shares, right? 300 into 2. So 600 नए shares मिलेंगे आपको based on your holding of 900. So your total shares now increases to 1500. 6 plus 9, 15, right? So my answer will be option number P, right? All of you. चलिए क्वेश्चन नंबर 92. अब थोड़ा टफ होगा. Last 10 questions are tough, obviously. चलिए क्वेश्चन नंबर 92. What is the maximum rate of discount at which company can reissue the forfeited shares? Forfeited shares are basically those shares which I have cancelled. Which I have cancelled due to their non-payment. मेरे को payment नहीं मिला इसलिए मैंने cancel कर दिए. So please tell me what is the maximum rate of discount at which company can reissue forfeited shares? Forfeited shares. They can be issued up to the maximum amount of 5% nominal value, 10%. The amount forfeited on those shares? Yes, the correct answer will be C. Yes, very good. You can only give maximum discount up to the forfeited on those shares. यानी जितना आपने forfeit किया है उतना ही आप maximum discount दे सकते हो. This is what the question is trying to tell you. Right? Question number 93. चलिए. 93. I need full energy. When shares are oversubscribed, which of the following is a valid base for allotment? अगर आप शेयर्स बेचने जा रहे थे 1 करोड़ के बट आपको आवेदन आ गए 10 करोड़ के तो दिस इज ओवर सब्सक्रिप्शन राइट सो इफ ओवर सब्सक्रिप्शन इज हैपनिंग then you can do pro rata which is obviously not followed in India but theoretically you can do first come first serve also rejecting all the excess applications also if you want to reject it therefore all the options are viable so my answer will be option number D. My answer will be option number D. Okay. ऑल्दो इन इंडिया अगर आप देखोगे अब इट इज़ ऑल अबाउट लॉटरी लाइक एक लॉटरी निकलती है आईपीओ में जिसका लगना होगा लग जाएगा बट एज पर थ्योरी ऑल दीज केसेस आर पॉसिबल 94 दिस इज ऑल्सो अ टफ क्वेश्चन टू आंसर चलिए 94 एज पर सेबी रेगुलेशंस व्हाट इज द मिनिमम परसेंटेज of issue price that must be called up on application and allotment of shares in public issue as per minimum application of SEBI. As per SEBI, what is the guide minimum application amount which you can call? 92. Okay. Yes, lucky draw kind of. Yes, as per 94 question, as per 94, you can only call up to 25% of the minimum issue price at the application stage. This is theoretical, so आपको ये याद रखना होगा. 92 में देखें. The maximum rate of discount at which company can reissue forfeited shares. For example, अगर मैंने 1000 रुपए के शेयर forfeit करे, right? और इन 1000 रुपए को अब मेरे को आगे जाके इशू करना है तो मैं मैक्सिमम डिस्काउंट 1000 तक का ही दे सकता हूँ राइट सो दिस इज व्हाट ऑप्शन नंबर सी इज ट्राइंग टू टेल यू अगर आपको शेयर्स री इशू करने हो तो जितना आपने पहले कैंसिल किया है आप उतने का ही डिस्काउंट दे सकते हो उससे ज्यादा का नहीं राइट नाउ लेट्स मूव फॉरवर्ड टू क्वेश्चन नंबर 95 क्वेश्चन नंबर 95 yes very good Arjun 5% minimum of face value. Very good. This is also correct. Question number 95. As per SEBI regulations, what is the minimum subscription percentage required for a public issue of shares, failing to which an application money must be refunded? So if I am issuing shares, मेरे को minimum कितना मिलना चाहिए as a company so that I can move ahead for the issue of shares. Otherwise, I have to return it. 94 समझ नहीं आया. Okay. Yes, as per SEBI regulations for equity it is 90%. 90% पैसा तो आपको मिलना ही चाहिए. Therefore, my answer will be option number D. Right? चलिए, question number 96. Question number 96. अब यहाँ पे डेट के लिए पूछा है. इक्विटीज के लिए 90% है. तो डेट के लिए कितना होगा? 75%. ये आपको याद रखना है. So my answer will be option number C. इक्विटीज के लिए आपको 90% मिनिमम सब्सक्रिप्शन चाहिए डेट के लिए आपको 75% मिनिमम सब्सक्रिप्शन चाहिए ऐसे आप याद रख सकते हो राइट सो आंसर ओवर हेयर विल बी ऑप्शन नंबर सी क्वेश्चन नंबर 8 चलो ये भी एक प्रीवियस ईयर का क्वेश्चन है सो लेट्स ट्राई टू सी हु आर एबल टू आंसर इट ये भी एक प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन है, आपके एग्जाम का नहीं है बट एक दूसरे एग्जाम का है। चलिए ट्राई टू आंसर 97 नाउ। 97 माय फ्रेंड्स। 97। अब एज पर AS2 वी विल रिकॉर्ड इन्वेंट्री एट द लेस ऑफ NRV एंड कॉस्ट। NRV यहाँ पे आपको 40 रुपीज दे रखी है, करंट मार्केट प्राइस 50 दे रखा है, तो आप 40 पे रिकॉर्ड करोगे क्योंकि आपको लोअर लेना होता है। सो 80,000 into 40 will be 32 lakhs, so my answer will be option number D, right? Question number 98. Which of the following best describes reserve capital? Mind you, capital reserve नहीं है, capital reserve is different. यहाँ पे हम लोग आपसे reserve capital पूछ रहे हैं। Reserve capital is basically that particular capital which I will be calling out, only at the time of winding up. जब मेरा business पूरा बंद हो रहा होगा तब मुझे कुछ कैपिटल की जरूरत पड़ेगी ताकि मैं अपने उधार चुका सकूं. So that particular capital which I will be raising up at the winding up is known as option number B, which is your reserve capital. Right? B right answer होगा. Capital raised through issuing of premium, no. Capital earmark for reserves, no, no, no. Reserve capital is that capital which you will only call at the end. चलिए 99. In this question you have to calculate EPS. 99. A company has a net profit of 24 lakhs. It has 12,000 equity shares outstanding throughout the year. It also has 2 lakh 10% preference shares worth of 10 each. What is earning per share? EPS is equals to what? EPS is your net profit minus your preference dividend divided by number of equity shares. Right? Equity shares का नंबर आपको सीधा सीधा दे रखा है 12 लाख. टैक्स प्रॉफिट आफ्टर टैक्स 24 लाख है और प्रेफरेंस डिविडेंड आपको निकालना है. प्रेफरेंस डिविडेंड 10% of preference shares of 10 each. So dividend is always calculated on face value. So आपका dividend हो गया 1 rupee, right? 10% of 10. This 1 rupee you have to give on 2 lakh shares of preference. So आपने कितना dividend दिया? 2 lakh only, right? So 24 minus 2 lakh, which will be 22 lakh, divided by my 12 lakh as an equity share outstanding. It will be what? It will be what? 1.8? Yes, very good. The answer will be option number C. Right? The answer will be option number C. Last question of the day. Which statement correctly highlights the difference between equity and preference shares? And I will ask you 2 more questions based on this and then we will end. चले बताइए. Which statement correctly highlights the difference between equity and preference shares? Equity shareholder always receive fixed dividends. No, equity shareholder receive variable dividends. So A is incorrect. Preference shareholders have voting rights. Equity shareholders do not have it. Preference shareholders do not have voting rights. So B is also incorrect. Preference shareholders receive dividends before equity shareholders. Yes, yes, yes. So my answer will become option number C. 99 समझ में नहीं आया. Okay. 99 में आपको सिंपल फॉर्मूला लगाना है ईपीएस का. नेट प्रॉफिट आपका 24 लाख है, प्रेफरेंस डिविडेंड आपका 2 लाख निकल के आया था. सो 24 माइनस 2 ये आपका न्यूमरेटर बन गया डिवाइडेड बाय 12. सो 22 बाय 12 करोगे तो 1.8 ही आएगा. ओके अब क्या समझ में नहीं आया बताओ, तब मैं वो बताऊंगा. नाउ टेल मी एज पर विच पर्टिकुलर सेक्शन ऑफ कंपनीज एक्ट preference shareholders get 2 extra preferences. Your options are section 41, section 42, section 43, section 45 or section 46. Yes, the correct answer will be section 43. Now allow me to ask you the last question of the class. Simple question hai, but I hope all of you will answer. How many of you are confident of clearing this exam? By confident I mean that you have a good chance. If you are confident, then write yes. If you are not confident, then write no. How many of you are confident of clearing this exam of the year 2025? How many of you are confident? Let's see who all are confident. Yes, all of you. I can see many of you are writing yes. But my friends, please make sure that you complete all of your syllabus. Make sure that you revise well. Then only you will come in the state of confidence. That's it, my friend. That's it for today's accountancy class. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you solved all the questions with me one by one. And we have finished the class by now. Any doubts? Any doubts? No? Not an issue, Dhruv. Current affairs, please revise. Chaliye. That's it, my friends. Have a great time ahead. PDF will be shared with you on the Telegram channel. Admit card will come very soon, don't worry. Chaliye ji, that's it. Bye bye. Have a great time ahead.